We go pop.
This is the Bottomline Liberia. Join us on Facebook, YouTube and online radio. This is the Bottomline Liberia. Join us on Facebook, YouTube and online radio.
Through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. Your spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottomline Liberia.
And a beautiful Friday evening here from where I sit in Norway. I want to say welcome to the Bottomline Liberia discussions. And together with me is Mark Farr from my neighboring country, Sweden. And Mark, I want to say welcome to you. This is a beautiful Friday evening. I can see from your background, your garden is green. No sign of anything like the rain or snow or whatever. So how is the weather from your end and how are you doing?
Yeah, greeting Roland for it rained on end this morning actually. It rained for like I think 3 hours the morning, and all of a sudden we got sun throughout the rest of the day, and the weather was amazing from let's say 12 o'clock. Yeah, but besides that, my day been wonderful. How is
Well, it's
yeah.
been a rainy day. Yesterday was rainy, and today also was rainy. So, but the sun started shining around 11 o'clock, so it's been very sunny again. You know, it's up and down. Between now and November, well, let's say between now and the end of August, we'll be playing what we call the weather tic-tac-toe. One morning you wake up
Yeah.
with sunshine, another morning you wake up at that. So until then, we say have something to look at. But I think the winter has, the summer has matured already. It's going to become very indescribable now. Anyway, it can change at any time. But tonight
Oh yeah.
tonight we'll be diving into the breaking news in Liberia, which is the burning of the cookie. And
Yep.
we'll be giving our own views. And to our viewers, we want to say that whatever we say here, we are not experts on some of the things that we discuss. And we will not be telling you that what we're discussing is a fact or is lie. We are only discussing what we know so far. So, Mark, I don't know if you have anything to say, then we can play our usual theme song and then we can come back and start the discussion.
Yeah, we could add what you call, former President Weah declare his intention to run, and then we could talk a little bit about the former Vice President as well, and the whole cocaine stuff, the burning of the cocaine. And Joseph Barker silent on the issue. It's just something we can pay attention to and talk about. Yeah.
Okay, right. But when we come back, we'll be diving into most of those topics if time permits. But let's play our national anthem and then we'll get back.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta whip up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people who us, the people that to us, the government betray us, so much. I said, the people who us, the people that to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with the promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach in D and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. No one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then stay they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us.
You're watching the review of Liberian newspapers' headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
Visar upp sig och talar om att det som sker i Sverige.
We want to say officially welcome to those of you watching us, wherever you're watching from.
Vi ska vara
No, I listen to something. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. For those of you watching us, just tell us where you're watching from, and please do us a favor. Invite your friends. Just click on the show and share the link to your Facebook page, and invite all your friends and let them come. And again, we'll be discussing the prevailing situation in Liberia. That is, for the past few weeks, almost month now, we've been having drug casting in Liberia. Discovery of the first batch of drugs, and then the second batch that was discovered, which is in the tune of $500 million. And altogether, the government is saying that they have burned drugs. But the question that we want to ask is whether the drugs that were burned today were the first consignment or it was the second consignment. And if it is the second consignment, then what happened to the first consignment? And if it is the first consignment, then what happened to the second consignment? So there's a lot of things that people are concerned about. And also, big names are yet to be mentioned, but President Walker has allegedly made, because I have not seen a list. I try to go through Facebook or whatever to see the list. Probably that was not the right place to go because I actually got information late. I've been busy. But we understand that some names or some people have been dismissed, some government officials have been dismissed, and some civil servants have been recommendation for them to be also either suspended or dismissed. But the police RG of Liberia made a big disclosure, which will play the video. The video is very short. The clip we got is very short. He said there are some big names involved. But first, we'll try to put up the first image that we'll put up is the burning of the narcotic, the alleged burning of the narcotic. So we'll see that, and let us show that actually there was some action taken we cannot verify this to say that, well, it was actually what was burned was actually the first batch of cooking or the second batch, but at least something was burned. So, but just before we put out the image, I'll go to my colleague Mark. And Mark, we understand that the government burned some drugs today. Uh, what are your thoughts? Are you having the same kind of concerns that I have as to which of the consignment was burned, and indeed if this was both consignments burned, or if it was just one? Do you share similar concern?
Yeah, Brother Linford, it's not just, I mean, you and I. There are thousands of Liberians that share such concern. So, I mean, concerns. So the thing here is that, look, for example, the area for which they are even carrying on the burning, okay, uh, people can get uh, sick from the smoke alone. It's not a secure environment that they are carrying on the burning. And then two, they said the question you asked, they said the $19 million consignment they are burning, or they both combined. And how do you destroy evidence when the case had not been to court and no one has been found guilty, and then you destroy the evidence? Forgetting to know, I'm not a legal expert, but if the case go to court, the lawyer can also request for the case can go to court without the, how you call it, the drugs dealer being present, right? And they can have a lawyer to represent them, and the government can prosecute, I mean, the case. So, for example, now you have destroyed the evidence. So, what would the lawyer be requesting for to see if, is there anything reserved, for example, that a lawyer can look at to say, okay, this cocaine came from a client, and or it is not their product, when you already destroy evidence. So there are a lot of Liberians across the globe that I mean, few legal experts I listen to, they raise the same concern.
And that is very legal to argue, because if you caught me with property or something that is a contraband, like in the case of a cooking, and you accuse me, and then I have to appear in court because this is not something that you get. You who arrested me with the item, you will be the judge, and at the same time you pass your verdict without proper judgment. So you cannot arrest the people. As we speak, there are some suspects in here. Then at the same time, you take the evidence and destroy it. So what if the people say we didn't have that much quantity that you are accusing us of? How can you vindicate them, or how can you convict them? Because if push come to shove, they can say we didn't have that amount, and we're not talking about one small parcel. We're talking about 19.2 first, and then you got almost 500 million
And,
quantity. So there's not anything small to play with.
and to and to
So
and to add on the Brother Linfa, I'm sorry for interrupting you. So, for example, here is a video circulating that, okay, the trafficker saying that they have 10 tons in the country, and then you only arrest, you only expose 4. So where is the rest of the 6? So let's say you go to court, right? You go to court, and their lawyer having to appear. The lawyer say, okay, according to my client, they say that there were 10 tons, and what you present to the Liberian people is only 4 tons. So where is the balance 6 tons? How do you proceed with such a case? It is, the whole thing is a fiasco on behalf of the government part. And what I believe the government is doing here, yeah, go ahead, Brother Denver.
and you just struck a point. why are they rushing to? You already arrested the people, right? You're not chasing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the item in question is not hidden. Not to say you arrested a
No.
suspect and then you're looking for the item. You got the items already. And you got a suspect detained. Okay? In solitary confinement. They're not
Yeah.
running away, nothing. You got control over them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why are you rushing to
Rushing.
destroy the evidence that
Exactly.
you have? Because that's why you're supposed to use as your case in a court,
Yeah.
right? Say, okay,
Yeah.
if the program said we didn't have it, so why are you going to present now? What if the judge asks? You say you arrested it was huge quantity, so amount. Where is it? You remember?
Yeah.
I think during the George Weah time, there was a cooking case, and the judge asked a question because there was some money that was arrested from
Yeah. Two
the
million. $2 million.
and the judge asked the question, "Where's the money?" And they say they use the money to fight the same crime. So the judge had to
Yeah.
throw the case out. You see, so I don't understand why the government is rushing to
There are few things involved here that the government could be rushing. A reason why the government could be rushing. Uh, it's not about destroying evidence, but the government want to. They are finding a way to make a case some kind of confused, so that the Liberian people to confuse the minds of the Liberian people as well. Because first of all, the 19 million and the half a billion, you understand? So, and the dealers coming out to say, okay, that 10 tons. So if it is 10 tons, then you're talking about something in the billion plus, you understand? So is it possible that, I mean, there is 6 tons have already crossed the border because Sierra Leone is connected, and Sierra Leone companies coming into Liberia will have no money, but they open this company and with lucrative, how they call it, concession. So how are they getting the money to sponsor this company and then to the drugs business in Sierra Leone, and then Sierra Leone to extend the other extended market outside Sierra Leone? So Liberia has become a distribution center along with Sierra Leone. So the whole case is confusing uh, for the how they call it there, for the Liberian people actually. And this is where I'm disappointed in the Liberian people as a whole, because Brother Linford, we 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 support a political party, and this thing they call democracy, we are still yet naive, ignorant to democracy, uneducated to democracy. Because if we understand how democracy works and why people from opposition and why people go to vote, it's not to hate one another, but it's to put the interest of the country first, and which political party has the rightful, you understand, the rightful agenda to move the country forward. That's the political party that win election. And after election, it's about the country. And when you come to power and you violate the people constitution, because it is the people constitution, regarding opposition or ruling party, it is their constitution. And once you violate that constitution, I mean, you live in Norway. You know what can happen if anybody violate the constitution? They put the partisan, the police first of all, the IG for Norway. There's no partisan meaning. Maybe he's from the ruling party. But once the prime minister violate the constitution, the justice minister in the country go after the prime minister and they start the processing of the prosecution. But in Liberia, this party sentiment is like, during the war, Berlin for people are supporting different factions, right? So that's the same kind of mentality, ugly mentality. That ugly mentality has not gone away yet, Berlin for. Because if we put away that ugly mentality, we'll be putting the interest of Liberia first, regardless of who win the election and ruling the country. But this ugly mentality is what we still have in us, on that we don't respect one another, we don't discuss the issue that will move the country forward.
Okay, let's welcome Paul. Paul, welcome, and I hope you can hear us.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
hear
so
you,
we hear
Paul.
you.
How are you?
Yeah, sorry I was running late, but then at least I made it on the
It's
show. So,
it's better late than never.
okay.
Now, right
Yeah.
before you on the screen, the government has allegedly burnt the cocaine, and the questions that there are many questions that people are asking. You know, excuse me, small.
Yeah,
Certainly.
Paul, how's it, David?
Yeah, my day been great. It's Friday. I want to say thank God it's Friday, and it's good to be among the living, and also it's good to be in paradise. You see, so when people are living, they communicate. When you die, you go to sleep forever. So yeah, live for you're talking about what on the screen. Go on.
Yeah. So the government said they have burned this thing, but there are several questions that people asking whether it's the 19.2 million naira on the burn, or whether it's the the 500 million on the burn. So we don't know yet. The government will have to. I think they will have to let us know whether that the combined total they burned or whatever. And I was watching Spoon TV 2 nights ago, 2 or 3 nights ago, and Yaka Kolba made some great allegation. Yaka, the government was purchasing flowers, bag of flowers, and the intent was that was their allegation, right? That the intent of purchasing those flowers was to be burnt in place of the cooking. And so the question is, and then so it raised a lot of questions. If Yaka's claim was right, okay, then one would surmise that it's the flowers that are being burnt. But again, if Yaga claim was not correct, I know the government will say that lie. But then why are they rushing to destroy the evidence? The case are not going to court. They have not produced the evidence against the people, the accused in the court, for the court to verify that, okay, yes, this is indeed what the people have, or for the court to admit to it, or to deny, and then they are going to work and destroy the evidence. So that's why I think that's why it made us discussing. So if the government of Liberia goes to court today and these people say no, we didn't bring that amount of cooking, what has the government to go and present as case against these people? Your input.
That's an interesting one. First, let me start with this. We were told the current president had 50 years experience, governmental experience, which I now believe. Because what been displayed here, this is what happened during the dual era when the police or the drug group capture marijuana, they go burn it. Whether they will use it in court, not in court, but this is Joseph Newman Barker experience to start with. If you have huge quantity of drugs and the people who you call this drug with, you arresting people every day. So by burning the drugs, that means there's no evidence. The Colombia Drugs Cartel told us that there were 10 tons of cocaine in the country, and they gave Jojo 2 million. Now, if you burn this drug, how on earth can this be proving that the people you have in honor custody, how can you prove it? They brought the drugs in the country. Is that you're going to base that on video evidence? I don't know. I don't understand the logic behind it. I think the government just wanted to do something to show the nation that they're doing something for people to say, okay, yeah, the government is working. But for what the display they have, I think they're going to let those guys to get all of Liberia free, because if you destroy the evidence, me that you tell them to go. Or we go back to what you said about Yeke Koluba. Bring the flower and take the actual drugs and give it to the Colombian because they threaten the first family, and then case closed. That could be another option. So to blindfold the people in Liberia, let Mayfield arrest, and then what happened? We say, oh, we're working about the drugs, we're working on the drug issue. But then there's another revelation on this. I think you might play it later on about the police RG telling the nation that people high up at a very higher level, So who are these people? We know they're arresting people, they're going for several and other people that they're picking up. But the big names that the police IG know of, why are they having been brought to the police station for questioning?
Yeah, but at a higher level, to confuse the Liberian people, these people, they think the
That's what I'm
Liberian
saying.
people, they think
Yeah.
the Liberian people are stupid, right? So, and I blame the unity partisan that even sit there and how they call it, say Lofa County was taken from, I mean, half of Lofa County or quarter of Lofa County is under the control of the Guinean. And that's the same kind of mentality they are bringing to the drugs issue that is killing our, I mean, how do you call it, young children back home. So, here is a better part. Uh, you're talking about people high up. Have you seen the list they came up with of reason? The list of people that they say the article is suspended. Have you seen the list?
I came across the video on one of the platforms. They listed 12 names.
Okay. So
Yeah.
those are the high up people that they're talking about
No,
to
no, no,
confuse the
no, no, no,
Liberian
no,
people.
no, 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 no. That's not what Gregory. When you listen to Gregory keenly,
Yeah, I listen
yeah.
to Great, but
So
I'm telling you how they want to confuse the Liberian
yeah.
people now.
So if
Because
the
that
listen,
list
brother
has,
Mark, if
yeah,
the
but our
Colombia,
influence and you
if yeah,
interrupted.
no, I was in fly. You decided if the Colombia said to us that they gave Jojo 2 million, isn't that a person that they should be under investigation by now because his name have been implicated in the drug scene?
And he
Why is
himself
him
admitted to
having?
it that he had contact with these guys.
Yeah, he wrote. He replied then. So how come he's now under investigation? These are questions that people can ask. You're welcome, Francis,
Exactly.
my brother.
Like, yeah,
How you guys doing?
yeah, good, man.
Good.
So,
Happy
so,
Friday.
so, welcome to the show, bro.
Link for you
Thank
muted.
you. Thank you.
So,
I just
as
tell
I,
you, friends,
as
I say
I, as
welcome from Belgium, and congratulations for a successful program.
so as I was
Thank you.
saying, now the 12 names that they came up with, it been how many days now? I think it been 2 days now since those 12 names. So what has happened to those uh, big people in the government or in the higher up? Where are they? Are they out of the country for which you cannot make a arrest? Why is it taking you this long time for you to start arresting? But you already arrested people that were giving order to drive certain items to the airport. But what about those who gave the order or uh, uh, who own the product that was driven to the airport? What about the security guard that was given the order to drive certain things from the free port to a certain location? He was
Okay,
given
let me just
order
ask,
and he was doing his job.
let me bring inferences. Let me bring inferences and asking this question from a security point of view. Francis, we saw, or probably you were bystander, I know you saw this picture. The drugs have been burned, according to the Liberian government. Now, granted, the drugs were burned. Now, you are always once a security, always a security. From your point of view, your security point of view, uh, you caught somebody with some item, and you believe that this person should not be in possession of this thing, and you take a person to the authority, and you were supposed to probably, if the authority will want you to go to court, you got a person that you arrested, you detain them, they are under your control as a security man. The item that is in question, you got it under your control. They not running away, the men not running away, or the people not running away. And you are awaiting, you are not prosecuted people. The people are not confessed, they are not denied. You need detaining them. And you can't detain somebody and get detained them and accuse them and detain them according to law that you get the power to do that. You got to send them to court under fair judgment. Now, but none of them have happened yet. You have not sent it to the court. Then you turn around and destroy what you caught with the people. And that thing that you caught with the people is the one you are supposed to present in court as your case, as your evidence. And you people in the security organ call it fruit of the crime, the FOC, right? So you go there, if you didn't damage it already, maybe you throw it in the ocean, you're gone. You can't find it no more. Then you go there with your empty hand and say, yeah, they may have it. The man say, okay, I didn't have it. What can you use to prove? So was it right? The move by the government to hastily go and destroy the evidence as a security man. What can you say about that?
Thank you, Lynn, for first of all, your premise is anchored on making the government complicit. That premise is bad and is dead on the arrival from a scientific and security point
Okay,
of
but
view.
let me just ask you, the
My
government burning
friend.
it. The government burning
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So
I mean that first. Yeah, okay.
yeah, but I
Yeah,
will not say that. I will not wait for you to
officers,
body my premise.
the
They are fair
office,
premise.
the officers in charge know better than you and I. They follow a pure security procedure. I'm sure that they have some of those cocaine. In fact, evidence is not only physical, not tangible. You have video evidence, you have pictorial evidence, and you have witnesses. So let it get in the minds of the Liberian people
Okay, so but
that
do you
you do
also
not
agree?
necessarily have.
Sorry,
If you have
not
fun,
talking.
even if you have,
No, no,
even
no.
got
Let's make a
intention,
conversation.
if
Do you
you
also
got
agree?
10 billion,
Yeah, but let him let
I
him
will not,
first.
I will not let Paul play. I will not let Francis play with anything yet.
if
You also
if
agree
you got
that
10
He
the
billion
asking a
dollars,
question. Let him finish.
yeah,
Then
but
you come in. Let him
if
flow.
you had 10 billion, if you got 10 billion down the container, the 10 billion that you carry in the code, the horse, we able the container say begin the code, so they had the evidence in the code there. They 10 billion with the container go down the cohort, boom. See the evidence here. You have video, you have documents, you have evidence, you got pictorial, you got everything to validate your claim.
Now
So
I'm
yeah,
getting to why Linfo was trying to make it interactive like that. So the 10
yeah.
billion, will you burn quote some of the 10 billion?
No, that's a different. I mean, I just giving
No,
money.
but then
I mean,
the
that's
comparison
a
doesn't
yeah,
handful.
match.
see the comparison is not correct. You're talking about video evidence. Somebody can edit the
That's
video.
a
Somebody can bring it
handful.
to the video.
That's a handful. I mean, gentlemen, I will not dwell on speculations. I won't pay on insinuations here based on uh, 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 some kind of sentiments from opposition. If we talk about this Liberia involved here, we need to look at it strictly
And they
from
pay to
security. I
cry
have to get
opposition.
straight from a security point of view. So I mean, security, the law enforcement agencies did not err in that whole process. They did what they could do. There was a best judgment that was made, and we have to wait and see the outcome. Take it to the court. If anything, if they lost in the trial, then we can complain.
And you have somebody who had because is one of the person that established the contact with most of government officials. Pictures they I think Bang Tuareg guy, as he been called, the Tuareg guy, his name. And he's the person who masterminded the whole thing and introduced these drugs dealers to the Jojo, to how they call it, the late Crispy, and to one of the senators' son who is involved, and all these names.
Okay,
So had
it's
it been in
safe.
the West, I come in France here, had it been in the West, and I was caught with cocaine, let's say 5 tons of cocaine. And then I said, oh, Francie and I will work together. Won't you be at the police or the police call you in for questioning?
How do you know the police are not calling for questioning?
The police had not called the president's son for questioning.
I mean,
The
do you
president's
guys
son
have
only came out to
do
make
you have
statement.
a wish list? I mean, come on.
Wish list of
I mean,
what?
look, if you have,
I mean, we're talking about
that's
Liberia. What you call wish
you have a
list?
wish. you want to have the president's son call. You want to have vice president call. Everybody who comes on the air and talks and say, hey, I know this guy. I saw a picture of this guy hanging out with this guy, so they're all
For me, I'm not
implicated.
dwelling on picture. No, I'm not dwelling on picture. People names that are called by the drugs dealer wouldn't they be shouldn't they be questioned by now?
But yeah, how do you
And when you
how,
have
how
the
you,
president's son, when you have the
the
president's
po-
son coming out to
you
say that, oh
see?
yeah, he have had interaction with these people, and then how the people got
Oh,
his
of
number?
course,
Isn't that
of
something
course.
that
I
the
mean,
police will litigate?
the man is the president's son. People want to people want to know the president's son. People want to get acquainted with the president's son. You want to be close you want to be close in that proximity of power. So
Drugs
once you in
dealer.
that anybody,
So if you were president's son, Francie, wouldn't you
yes.
protect the image of the presidency, and then your father as a president? Will you hang out with just anybody? Will you be reckless to go to places where people how they call it, doing
No, well,
gambling, people dealing
my
drugs?
that question, I think
Yeah,
somebody can also argue that he didn't know that these people were like that from the beginning.
exactly.
So
Jojo can tell
Look,
you, so he did not
gentlemen,
know the people were there. So look,
gentlemen,
let us watch the
let's
security
stick to the
force
topic here.
out.
The
But
topic
let's
is-
let's
the
let's
topic
let's
is
go back to
crucial.
Francis's point. Let's go back to
Yeah, that's
Francis's
what I'm saying.
point.
The burning of the drug. Francis made up say
Yeah.
the police have they have done all their homework. But we know Liberia
I'm,
police.
I'm not saying they
from-
don't all. That's a case
But-
that is ongoing.
Okay.
We have not heard the police say that they have concluded investigation, and these people who they were called or arrested, be forwarded to court, and it's the end of the investigation.
No. It's
Okay,
not what I'm talking
then
about.
why the police?
It's the burning. Listen, now,
after
it's the
what?
burning. It's the burning of the cocaine that linked for us. It's not evidence that have been burned. If you burn the evidence, say, oh, the police have done X, Y, Z, there be video evidence, there be all this. Now, we know Liberia, forensic equipment they don't even have. If you go and burn everything, so this guy could say, I don't know anything, although I was caught. You did law enforcement. Somebody can shoot you in the face, plain blank. That person can go free. So this guy will say, I have nothing to do with a drug. I was just in the area. There's nothing. You cannot prove it that it's owned by me. So how Liberia have done that for forensic to say, oh, all of these people
Statements were taken from the people, bro.
state. See,
Oh, okay,
that what
you
I'm just
believe the
saying,
people's
in a murder
statement?
case, you can
You
shoot
believe the people's
somebody,
statement?
go. That's what. That's
You believe the people's statement, okay, that the drugs belong to them, but you don't believe the statement that they how they call it, they are partnered with the president's son.
I mean, that could
I
lead
don't
to
think mine
calling
is
names.
that once at a time. That was saying that talk about it. The burning
That
of
could
this drug.
lead that could lead to just calling names. You want to get people caught up in that whole web. You just
No, but listen to yourself. Listen to your own statement you made here now. You believe the people's statement that the drugs belong to them, but you don't believe their statement that the president's son is dealing with them. He's one of their partners.
No. Now you going extreme. The man said they were one of their partners. The man did not. You and I did not hear what the man said. You just quoting from Point Africa. You don't know what the police said. So come on, guys. I mean, yo.
Why
You
from
want to go for the
Africa? Did you
investigation?
listen to?
No
but did you,
assumption.
Okay,
did you listen
guys,
to the
let's
video?
not begin with argument. If we can speak out one at a point at a time, and we'll make our point. But let me ask Paul, because Paul just come in. Paul, we discussing the destruction of the evidence, but what about the statement that the police actually made? So can we go to that statement and hear what he said, because it's very important that we play it so that the public can hear. Now he's saying that there are what people higher up in government, and if there are people higher up in government, we all agree. But what's stopping the government from naming these people? Because you can't just say there are people high. So you expect we the citizens to go and start looking for the people who are high or in the
Oh no!
government?
Oh no! No! Do you have your own definition of higher up?
So let's play.
The assistant director of NSC not higher up. The deputy director of administration NSC, he's a higher up.
At the very, very senior level, we have identified key players. This team was definitely positioned as state actors at the very, very senior level of this government, of the Republic of Nigeria. We have identified key players. This team was definitely sanctioned as state actors at the very, very senior level of this government, of the Republic of Nigeria. We have identified key players. This team was definitely sanctioned as state actors at the very, very senior level of this government, of the Republic of Nigeria. We have identified key players. This team was definitely
I played it several times for reason. I played it several times for reason, and please, I got some noise in my background. That's why I keep. So, you listen to it. He said it was played, it was session by higher up, and you talking about the assistant director of NSA. We talking about higher up. The man says security. The man, Gregory Coleman knows the branches of government, all the functions of people in the government. He said higher up in the government.
So what he wants to say, higher up means for you now, the president, the vice president, the minister of finance, minister of foreign affairs, that your definition higher up or leave for. A deputy director or NSA for administration is a very higher up man in the government. All the top police officers and other people that are so investigation is ongoing. We cannot sit here and conclude and preclude that these people or the speaker, the this or since the message high up may go around and that big stop assuming that
this is not about
these people
preclusion, my brother. What about the police? How they call it? So all the things you talk about, if someone, even if the evidence is there, you want not to turn a blind eye and say, oh yeah, the government is doing a job. When the police director went and received $10,000 from the same person that he suspended or that he turned over because of the NSA director, or the later going to the NSA director, and then giving the fellow $2,000. And where is the rest of the $8,000? Where's the rest of the $8,000? Because
the police director received.
If you suspended,
the police director received 10,000.
Then, but friends, where you been, man?
So, guys, let put it in right. First argument here is the government doing an investigation. So if your deputy director, your assistant director, you hire up. But then Ronnie Sear and Stanton Waterspoon, let's give them thanks. They've been on a case for the past 3 weeks, calling names. If this police or the government is serious, from the time the $19.2 million drugs thing happened, there haven't been any arrests until now that the public had to put pressure on them. The police RG yesterday made it clear that they are stage actors and people who are very high up. So that means the deputy director, somebody above him that can command him, higher up. So these are all classifications. If the police RG knows that people are higher up, they are stage actors. Why up to today's date that these people have not been brought to justice? They've been dragging a thing here for public to put pressure on them before they decide to make arrests. So something there fishy about the whole story. That's the reason why people want to know what the RG know. He now should also be stepped aside, and he need to be investigated. Who are these people that are higher up? Then we know that the government is serious. But you cannot give up blank talk. You pick up few, you pick up taxi driver, you pick up few other person. Now, Rebel Brown, the senator of Maryland County, his son is a police officer. He addressed Senator Waterspoon when he was called. He said his son was only going to escort the drug. So who were the people that instructed his son to escort these drugs? These are questions, are valid questions. So
Paul.
listen, let me learn before you.
Okay,
All of these things are. So Gregory Como telling the public that people are the very top. So he need to be investigated and call these very people names so Liberians can know. But you can't pull few hands together, say, oh, we arrested people, then the government is doing something. We want to know.
Paul.
Go
So
on, Francis.
the same Gregor Como say that there are some media practitioners that are being paid to carry the stories all kind of way. So you ain't asking, you're not dwelling on that one too.
No, but we are not reached that part yet.
You heard what I said, Francis?
The Liberian press union should be going after Greg Coleman, and they are doing it.
He need to be investigated so he can prove that the press is also receiving, so he can give the list.
And which of the press he's talking about? What's the evidence?
So Gregory itself need to be investigated so we can know the journalists that are receiving
because Gregory, all kind of stuff is coming from Gregory's mouth that he cannot prove that he cannot give any evidence. He's just talking about trash.
No, you can't say he can't prove it because he knows. He said journalists receiving money, so that's evidence.
Yeah,
he got.
so that means he knows.
Exactly. So
let him present it.
He need to be investigated. Who are these journalists that are receiving money, and who are these people at the higher up? We want to know.
I want to throw something all quick again. I want to throw a bit up, and I know somebody will catch it. Are we really sincere? Is the government really sincere to probe into this drug thing, or is the government acting at this point now, where we are now? Is the government acting under pressure?
Oh man, that's simple. They're under pressure. When were they $19.2 million drugs caught on the airport? When Paul Keenan all called in to say no arrest made, they probably have to pressure them. They decided to arrest people. So think they're under pressure. That's just pressure making them to bring names. And if you see Gregory Coleman yesterday, his press conference you're having, and the stage, the way you are talking, like journalists and all that. So this guy need to be investigated. Let us know the journalists. Let us know the people who are higher up. This is simple.
Guys, that's my point. I have another idea.
No, I want you to address this point. The government is acting under pressure.
Government not under pressure, man. The government has the shock absorber to withstand pressure.
Even when the president's son is being threatened, you didn't want the president taking action now.
That's the allegation. It's not a fact.
Okay. You see, I let Liberian men. I let Liberian people.
For Francis, what do you mean by allegation? Somebody
it's speculation. It's speculation for alleging.
No, so with the recording that we play on the show, that speculation as well.
Did he name the president's son in there? Did he name anybody?
I can play it for you. Maybe you help us to see what is speculation.
Yeah, because find and play.
Ask where Francis been.
No, I'm talking about this Gregory Coleman stuff you're talking about. I'm not talking about what the man said he knows the president's son. Knowing the president's son does not preclude that the president's son is a part of.
Okay, so if they say he knows the president's son and they gain $2 million, why they can't investigate?
Who gave president $2 million?
Who? We know. They met.
You have paper trail. No, I listen it. I've been following the whole event.
Okay, so then why are you asking me when you heard a drug cartel people?
Yeah, but then they bring bank statements that the money was deposited in the AES account.
Anyway, you're right.
You see the point I'm making? This is why Jojo needed to be called by NSA to investigate him because he been implicated. There was threat on the first family. And the video had been attempted that it is true. He has said reply to those people. So Jojo name was called the keratin ton of cocaine. Jojo was given $2 million. The video, he replied to that. So he should be questioned. So the NSA should now investigate his bank account. All of these things he should.
What Jojo himself say? Did he receive 2 million?
I said he should be investigated. That's the point I'm making. He said,
He denied that he did not receive $2 million.
He should
The
be
same way
investigated.
you destroy the people evidence, you finish burning the people evidence. When you get the people to court, the people can say, we did not have that quantity. What you say? Your phone and say, oh, we get video evidence because the people made a video, they implicated him. Now you get all people in jail. Allegation that they had drug, but you grab it and you take a drug, you go destroy it. And we not even sure that all the content is destroyed.
But these are the questions I'm asking Francis and you suspend somebody from the National Port Authority, okay, which is one of the point of entry when it comes to the drugs here. Then you suspend people from the airport, which is another point of entry when it comes to the drugs. You suspend someone for receiving $10,000 and the police director gave him $2,000. So why are you suspending all these people if the case hold no ground? Why suspend these people?
The people were fired. They were released
okay. Why fire them then? Because if you are here saying that the case hold no ground, then why fire these people?
No. I'm not saying it holds no ground. What I'm saying to you, Mark, is that when you come with a preconceived idea that you want the first person to be arrested, you want the minister of this to be arrested, you want the this and that to be arrested.
Nobody had named
anybody. Nobody had named anybody. So I think then you come in with the
police RG that said that
you're trying to prejudice the case. Let the case go on. The police is.
But did I tell you say the vice president should be arrested?
No. What I'm saying,
nobody had named anybody here. It's your police RG. All we know, drug him in the country. We're trying to investigate how the drugs got there, who are harboring it, and who are connected. Then your police RG jump to the radio and say they attack people. So now we get clue. We get clue that in that jail, one Joe Blow walking on Broad Street or down other side. It is attack people in the government. So what's wrong when we ask?
All
and you
I
say,
heard you guys saying here.
What did you hear us say?
All you guys saying here that they were top government officials.
We said it or Gregory Como? Why you putting it in? We are quoting Gregory Como. We played a video. The man said tap people.
Yes. So he said tap people, but you guys want to say that they had tap is tap. Nobody got what is tap.
The president director general. I think we need to move on. You see, the indefensible cannot be defended. The indefensible cannot be defended.
If you have a preconceived
this case is clear. This case is clear.
But Francis, I think you came with a preconceived notion that you say Gregory is saying journalists are being paid. Why is it that Gregory that saying journalists being paid? Why Gregory why they can't investigate Gregory to give the names of the people that he know because he said they are stage actor. According to him, not me.
Yes,
they are stage actor. And
then very stage actor, so that people
top level. He talking about the people they already arrested are there, but he say at the top level. So the thing here is bigger than the names we have. So Gregory Coleman need to be investigated. Let us know the journalists. Let's know the journalists and the rest of the people that are at the very top level that he knows. That's what I'm saying. Then you say
that the clip you just played for about Gregory.
Yeah.
Was it today's clip?
Yesterday.
Exactly. So yesterday he said and the government made some interventions
It
by
was a scene yesterday.
firing people. Yes, after that they made some interventions that were firing people. So
Today, did the
your
government fire anybody today?
Yesterday,
yeah, yes,
everything.
I mean,
Yeah,
well,
yesterday.
yeah, yesterday. What happened yesterday is the same thing.
Yep.
People were
But first,
fired.
what is your point when you ask about return? Return me. What is your point? When Gregory made
I'm
it,
talking
the
about
statement,
the correlation between
it doesn't matter.
the
Even if he had made that statement from the first cooking tea, he will say, "Hold." They made, no. You see, they, what I don't
my
understand,
point is
this
that
is no
actions
politics.
have been taken by the government.
This is not politics. This
Linford,
is something that we all see. It's clear. When the international
Linford,
community
Linford,
steps in, it will be
let me
different.
answer. Let me answer your question that you asked, because
No,
for
just be
me,
discussing the topic, not be
for
discussing.
yeah,
I actually
no, but Linford,
interject and you continue to discuss the topic.
no, but Linford
When you want
asked
to
a
ask me
question. If the
question,
government is
Go ahead,
serious,
man.
answer.
Ask your question. Reverend
and
ask
you
you
and
back. Go
Paul have
ahead.
you and Paul have answered the question that Linford asked you guys. For me, Linford, the government and the most Liberians are not serious about the kids. And this is why I say the government is not serious about the kids. Because top people within the government,
You
okay,
see, you
top
see.
government officials, if you follow the case and you put together your own, how do you call it, you put together your own puzzles, right? And you don't put the party sentiment. Because one thing here is that if you are a patriot Liberian, a patriot, you will be looking at the drugs, the problem this thing caused for our country, the
Okay.
embarrassment it caused for our country, and the idea that, oh yeah, the first family will be named in a particular case. The VP will be named in a particular case. It doesn't mean that they are or guilty, but the idea they are associated with the particular, their names is associated with particular case, because the first family and then the presidency is the highest institution in the country. So that's why bring the embarrassment for us. How did we get to this place? How did our first office or our first family got involved with a kind of embarrassment? What the ramification on the world stage? So these things, if we only take all the sentiment, this party cap, and you understand, and then talk the issue as to, it's like your child went out there and they said, oh yeah, your child was smoking in the ghetto, or your child was with one guy who was selling drugs, and then they arrested the guy. The guy said, "Oh yeah, but John Brown and myself, we were dealing together, or he's my partner." It bring embarrassment to the country, and the party sentiment now it make the Liberian, even the Liberian majority, let's say 50% of the Liberian, they're not putting the actual pressure that's supposed to be put on the government, and then two, the legislature, right? That's supposed to even be calling, that's supposed to even be mounting pressure. People within the legislature, they are involved. Because up to now, if you look at the statement, even coming from the president, it's not too powerful that will bring people to the boat. This IG received 10,000, man. So the whole case, the man received 10,000, and then he gave his assistant that he fired 2,000. Okay? Had it not been for Prince Johnson, we would have known that Gregory received 10,000. So the whole case, live for Liberian, not serious.
Okay, man. Thank you very
That's
much.
my answer.
Francis, your point about when Paul stressed that Jojo should be investigated, and you keep asking whether you're connected to. Do you remember the case with Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's son, when you were accused? Nobody said no. That president so said it will not bring evidence. He should not be investigated. He was investigated, and he was found guilty. You see it? So if the people accuse you, the right thing is to investigate you, or else that accusation, whether your government, which is your father's government, downplay it, but that accusation will always be there when you're working. People will be pointing at you that this is the son of the president, who the Colombian people say you're having a drug. So the reason why we want the investigation is not to bring Jojo guilty, but we want the investigation to be free and fair, to clear his name or to find him guilty.
About you tell me.
That's the reason of investigation. But
What
part the
are
body
the,
on him. But
what,
if they avoid the investigation, then further will already be the public verdict will already be passed that he was guilty.
no,
Because how
I'm
can you say I was not guilty when you were not judged? You understand where we're coming from?
the people have already have harbored their own verdict.
No,
The
not that.
court-
I just gave you an
the
example of
court
Hunter
the
Biden case
court-
here about the gun possession and the drug use. Okay,
The court of
if
public
his father has said no,
opinion.
my son is president, or if the Republic, I mean the Democrat has said no, like you now you fighting for Unity Party, right? If the Democrats honor Biden at the time say, oh no, that president's son,
No, I'm not
that's
talking about Unity Party.
my friend, your government and Unity Party
asking-
government. So I know what
you
kind of
asking-
government you fighting for now?
I'm fighting for the fact.
I mean, the man said Unity Party is there.
transparency.
What
You know,
transparency?
Unity Party
So-
is not
It's not a bad thing you be a Unity partisan, but don't hide it
What
like
you guys
you're not
do,
a
you are
Unity
not helping.
partisan.
You are not helping the government and hunt. I mean, you are not helping the
No,
government and
I
Jojo.
got a
Because you
question
can
for
prevent
you
Jojo
guys
from being
here.
investigated all you
Yeah.
I
want.
got a,
The public
I'll
will
make a
always hold
question.
that.
Let me
That's
just
sentiment
say
against him.
something. Let me just say something. I mean, that's
Okay.
my own take on the drug burning. Instead of them burn, because a friend of mine was discussing that he brought this idea. Why the government couldn't just get through drugs, resell it, and use the money for the country?
but who
It
told
is
you?
illegal to sell.
So,
It
so
is-
Francis,
The first reason why it sees it is because it is
show
illegal.
that the job because there's a lawmaker that said that they're using powder or how do you call it flour? Well, so
But
we don't know
Paul,
because this is so because rush yeah now me say there's a lawmaker that said they bought
okay.
flour and they decided to burn it.
Paul,
So-
let me tell you something now. Let me tell you something. So quote me. That the
me
drugs
quote
the
you, go
people, the drugs the people burn. So
You're
say-
not
say
like, bro,
friends-
can I trust you?
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's a fact. You're not there. How you do that? You burn.
the question here, Francis,
The
and
lawmaker
I think-
was there.
I think
Porto, yeah.
you need to be concerned. The Colombian made a video. They said that 10 tons of drugs, and the government captured 4. So, and before the 4, there were also $90 million drugs that were caught on the airport. So we want to know whether is the entire 10 ton and the 19 million drugs that was burned, or they just decided to do something to show face, and then the rest of the drugs somewhere that they will be able to sell. It's question, that general question people just need to ask, because we don't know. The people said in the video that there's a lot of the cocaine there, but you only have 10 tons of the cocaine. So where is the balance? Is it in the government possession? We don't know. We just asking questions. That's the question we're asking. And question, and if you ask, you trying to work around to get an answer. You see? So this is a general question. And the fact here is the Colombia who said they're coming to Liberia because they want their 10 tons of drugs. That is a scary part to it too. What are they intend to do? So we just asking questions for the sake of our country. The implicated names. And now we say, oh no, because the implicated name, if I were the president's son, I will have a press conference. Say, I don't know these people to clarify it. But the fact is that he only wrote something, say no. If in a normal society, the police or the CID will be knocking on his door, what do you know about these people? They will start checking bank statement of him because there's a huge allegation on him for the sake of the country. But nothing as such. When they say they have a mob pressure, they have to give names. And the very names they gave, that the names were arrested. Then what kind of investigation
Paul,
are the
the
police
reason,
carrying on?
but Paul, the reason for what you just said is because these institutions that are supposed to do the work, they are partisan institutions. They are not the constitutional institution that you expect to function according to the tax how they call themselves, for which they have been established. These institutions, they become partisan institutions. The NSA, it become partisan NSA. The police become partisan police. The
That particular
immigration
statement you
become
made,
partisan immigration. This all our institution become partisan institution. Once
yeah,
you
thank you
take
very
power,
much for
yeah.
that particular statement you made, Mark. I will give you an example. I was surprised when I was going through the TRC report, the federal testimonies from the TRC. And there were some people who came and were testifying against Taylor. And these are people who could kill you for Taylor business. But when Taylor was no more in power, they were testifying against him. Now, Joe Baka, he was president, first president with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. He saw all those things that he was talking against. He did not resign. He remained there for 12 years. But when Ellen left, then he started talking all the bad things about Ellen, how they squander. Okay, you know you in the government, they squander it. Why he didn't resign as a decent person? So, no, right after this thing, the day Baka leave office, the revelation that we'll be getting, you hold here and say, ah, and now that they see people now who bagging, who talking all the things and saying, oh, you know, like this, they will come with revelation that they know. So, but this is Liberia. As long as you are
Live
in a
what?
government, you are in a party, whether the party is bad or good, you will be, because that's a place you're eating from, that's a place you're getting money from. Nobody wants to fall from grace to grass. So, my brother, we just heading out here for nothing.
Bro, Linford, the day you will see a responsible government, let me tell you let me give you the sign. A responsible government, right? The day a responsible government will be in power in Liberia, the first thing you notice is they will start opening cases on the past government, not just the one that they had the how they call it that
Not
they
the one they
succeeded,
succeed, yeah.
right? So they will open the book and start going after corruption, how do you call it, murder cases in our country, mismanagement, and you name it. They will open the books to prosecute people. That would be the serious government. But any government that come to power to sweep things under the rug, you must just know, say, that government only come to enrich them in the inner circle. They
Anyway,
didn't come there
guys,
to do the Liberian people job.
yeah, I think I was
Linford, you froze on and
Linford
you
is leaving, I think so.
yeah, so Paul take over.
so
No, the
take,
thing
take
is,
up on.
I think for the sake of Liberia, we all should put our party sentiment aside and think about Mama Liberia. The effect that drugs business have on Liberia. Honor George we had the $100 million drug scene that took him from office. Honor Joseph Barker, the same drug business appear. So we are struggling and suffering with few group of people. And I listened to the old man, Sam Jackson. He said something that Liberians leave America. I said it on the show the last time. Liberians leave America. People that have low skill job, they go to Liberia to work in the government. They do the bad things that they unable to do in America. They go to Liberia, get these jobs, and get rich quick to go pay more. That's how the drugs business is just circulating. If you look at the names of those people that have been called at the higher places so far that they got, they were people, if you check their history, they come from America that want to do jobs in Liberia. And their involvement in the drugs is something that is scary.
So
So
that's the time they put for Europe chance now. Get all chance. We clean.
no, the thing is, Francis, I agree with
It's
you.
get
I think
European
when they
clean.
have the European, it will be different because this, all along, it have always been people from America, and their involvement in Liberia is not showing anything good. And I don't know. I'm sorry, but this is the fact. And the behavior of them is why it is Liberia struggling today. And something we got to all look at. Why? If you left someone, they'll say they were earning $20. You leave $20,000 job to go work for $3,000, which does not make sense. That means some motive behind it. And these are the
No,
situations
I
that
agree
we
with you on
face
that
with.
one. So now, I mean, this is the
So,
kind of conversations I like to have based on empirical facts. Where people have motives. So that's a trend we should be following now because all the people who leave America, most of them, I was I want to generalize say all of them, they they do the same kind of sort of job we all do, yeah. Most and they go by Liberia, they give an opportunity to work, and they live large. Got government, in government, salary, they pay may be low, but the benefits in there. That was no, also guys, the opportunities are there. So you need to strengthen those institutions, tackling the loophole. Well, so it's not that you're going to prevent them from occupying the positions, but it will minimize the desire to go work, because if you're making your 3,000 in America, you come back to Liberia, you're making the same 3,000, you know yeah, your urge to go to Liberia to work and make some extra breaks through the cracks in the system, will be minimized.
Or even if they can even lower the salary, so that would deter people that I cannot be having
No, no,
$20,000
you can't
to
lower
go
the
work
post
for
salary, bro.
1,000. You get the point, Francis?
You
That's
can't lower the
that would
post salary.
stop
People
them.
gotta live. Cost of living
Yeah,
is difficult, bro.
yeah.
It cost of living in Liberia is, it
Yeah,
is high. It's very expensive.
it is hard. So I'm saying if you're leaving 20,000 job to go work for 1,000, you don't want to do it. Then you give the other people a chance that they're yet and work for that $1,000 and do something good.
No,
That's
people, yeah, I understand your point, but people should be compensated based upon the qualification and competence. You know, you can't underpay the manager. Like how they qualify, has high competence and qualification. You get $1,000, one
no,
thousand
no,
dollar a
no. The
year.
reason, the reason I just making an
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
example
Making
here.
an example. I know. Yeah,
Example.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
yeah. So how on earth I earn if I own 20,000? For Christ's sake, then I leave say, oh, let me go library and work for three
It makes
thousand.
sense.
Look at the reduction that I'm going to. It doesn't make sense. Then
Is that 20,000 monthly or uncut? Nobody there make 20,000
oh,
monthly
some
in
people
America.
salary. That's salary. Some people get that. Yeah,
They're
that means
online.
you in the 100, 100
Yeah, exactly.
bracket. So when
So
they
they
do
lie.
after tax that you leave that huge money to go work for peanuts, no,
They
that means
lie.
you
They
get a
lie.
motive, and those are the things. So my what say you? This is what Sam said. Look, this is situation that Liberia faced with. People leave, they pretend they are on big salary, they come to Liberia, we get the drug situation, they use that to pay their mortgages in America. What say you?
Well, I listen to you and Francis interaction. Uh, Labrador has a problem, and the biggest problem Labrador is faced with is building institutions from the grassroots. That if you, Paul, were to leave from Europe here today, or Francis or I were to leave from Europe here today and go back to Liberia, and is called upon by your country to serve your people, the thing is that our institutions are all broken. We don't have anything called institution in Liberia. Nothing for that matter. And if you go back, you want, if you go back,
Linford is
Sorry,
in the
sorry.
background.
if you know that, friends, if you go back to Liberia and to say you inherit, for example, maybe some area within one of the branches of the government, and then you want to bring about institutional performance in that area, the first thing you'll be the target of the people, and the government cannot protect you. So this is our biggest problem in Liberia. You can take somebody from even from this America. You talk about how we got qualified. We got a lot of degrees holder that come from America to go back to Liberia to work. But the problem is the institution itself that they're going to work in is not structured. It's not structured. Everybody doing things by heart in Liberia. The institution, like here, for example, all the institutions they are structured. Don't you go to any institution, you start doing things overnight? No. People got an HR department that if you want to do anything as the head of that organization, you must go through the HR. You don't just get up and start doing things.
But
And
but
at the
but
end of the
but,
year,
but brother,
yeah, yeah,
brother,
yeah.
I never worked in Liberia before, so I cannot say So you work in Liberia, Francis work in Liberia,
Yeah.
and your work in a department. I guess they have all of these things as structure. But the people
Before the
who
war.
held the people who held this department, they're not making utilizing the structure that is there. So that means they're not qualified enough
Exactly.
to run the
And then
department. Is
who
that what we're
and then
struggling
who
on?
hold
That's what
them
I'm trying to
accountable,
understand
brother?
here.
Who hold them accountable? The institution, the branch or the part of the government that's supposed to hold them accountable is not structured, brother Paul. So let me give you a scenario here. For example, in the security apparatus, right? Let's say the army, for example. Uh, Things are going on in, for example, one of those division or one of those battalion or one of those companies, and then you find out that nobody is investigating. The first people that are supposed to go to start investigating, if it is the army or if it is the police or if it is any one of those areas, you got what they call how they call it, home affair. And the Home Affairs, which is the Ministry of Internal Affairs in Liberia, is structured in a different way. That even you cannot find the army to be investigated. The people that will investigate the army, they are powerless. They see the people that will investigate the police, you say, how they call it, you find one director to say, oh, I fired a police officer. But where is the internal affair? Because the system is not built that way. So in
No, no, no,
Liberia,
no, no. Mark, just correct you. Where you got it? See, in this country, talking about the interior ministry and stuff. Those are powerful institutions. Interior ministries are people. They are in those countries.
internal affair, yeah?
They are interior, called interior ministries. I mean, they involve. I mean, they got the police. They got some. They got some
Yeah,
security.
Ministry
They
of
got the
Internal Affairs, mean Ministry of Interior.
no, no, no. Yeah, yeah, I understand. But I mean, in the country called internal affairs. I mean, yeah, it could be the same. I mean, look at it, but we got different. We have different. What you call it? Terms of references for these. If you, Liberia, in Liberia, that is look. It's more administrative. To cover the county, the provinces and stuff.
No,
And
but how the guys say, according to the Liberian Constitution, the Ministry of Internal Affairs sits on the board of the security agency.
of course, but you not hear the security agency.
No, he's not the head.
Yeah, but
But
in
they,
places like France,
uh-huh.
one place where you got the interior, places like Ivory Coast, and you got the minister in
is
interior.
because they are structured. That's what I'm talking about, Francis. Liberia is not Liberia, the institution is not well structured. You
Yeah,
getting my point now? How do you call that, Paul? Because if the system was structured, you have the Ministry of Internal Affairs to intervene. But now, for example, like the police director now, who go to investigate the police director? It is the Ministry of
So
Internal
no,
Affairs
but
that's supposed to have
the
taken
Minister of
action.
I think they have
Justice.
they have the structure. That's why at least there is a structure in place. But
The
the
Minister of
implementation
Justice.
of those structures, that's I think that's what you're talking about. Because the police also have their own, they might have somebody to investigate, hire people. So the Ministry of Justice, you have the immigration, you have the police, you have the all of them under one group of people. So if anything go wrong, the 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 justice minister have that power to set up a committee to investigate. I think that's why I don't know. I know working
No,
Liberia,
you're
I
right.
might be
They
You're
are all
right.
they are all appointed by the president.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
yeah,
they are
but
all
then
they are all president appointed by the president.
yeah,
So there
Attorney
were
General, he's the most high, he's the highest ranking government official. The only person can say no to the
no
president. The only
no
person.
for the security apparatus. Now he's not a higher
No,
government
no,
ranking.
no, no,
Higher government ranking
no,
what?
no.
In which
Listen,
uh-huh.
listen. It's the only
Yeah.
person in the country, go in the justice minister, they can tell the president no. It's a decision if you want to make decision. The foreign affairs, the minister of foreign affairs is the dean of the cabinet, but the minister of justice has more weight, more authority than the foreign minister. I just want to make that clear. The foreign minister is
Yeah,
the head of the cabinet.
the foreign minister, exactly. The justice minister have more weight than the foreign minister. I'm
So
not arguing that.
I know, Francis, you serve in the police, and the police director up to I think 104 or 105 or something, they all appointed by the president, right? In the UK here, uh, people will say UK too structure for Liberia, but the police department, the police have their own internal body that among themselves, they have the thing that they pick the best person to lead that department. It's just the prime minister here have nothing to do with the appointment of the police chief. So that makes the police are very independent. So when something go wrong, within the police, they have the group that will investigate the police chief. When he found guilty, he'll be prosecuted. So the police here, when allegation is made on anyone, even the prime minister or the king, the police will go knocking on the king door, say, look, this is allegation, or they call the king in for questioning. You see, this is what I'm saying. In Liberia, if we have that, we'll not be talking about because the president appointed this person, that means you work at the will or pleasure of the president. So you have limitation in
So
doing
that's
certain
literally
things. That means
America
you're
too
not,
now.
you see, you're not independent. So
But it's the
this
system in
is
America. Trump appointed everybody there.
you see,
The president appoints. But I mean, the system is so strong enough that the president cannot circumvent. Although Trump he's taking the African kind of, taking it kind of dictator African style of leadership, and the Arab country, the kind of leadership he likes. That's why he taking on in America. But past presidents, I mean, they will have given these uh, law enforcement agencies to do the work without being influenced by the president. So we have the same system in America. I don't know that's the system in Ghana or where, or the British system. As a British system, I don't know it works. But I
okay.
don't know.
So Mark, we copy our system from America, and the systems will be check and balance in from America where everybody will fight. Or then we brought it to Liberia. The check and balance, the system that we sort of practice that sort of be so unique. That is, we accountable to each other. Say for example, there's incident with the 4-year land grab with Guinea, that the legislature that have that, the first branch, they have that power to call the executive and say what's happening. They can't do it. But we classify the thing as a structural society that we think we copy from America. Why is it that we copy something and we don't practice on what we copy? You are talking about structure, Mark. I just bring all of these topics up. Why is it something that we copy and we don't practice what we copy? With the incident that, oh, the president, Honor George Weah, he was bobo on certain things, but the lawmakers could not call him. Similar thing happening on Joseph Barker. There's a land grab, but we keep hearing there is quote unquote diplomacy, but nobody's seeing action. And who's supposed to be there to do the checkmate? It's the house is not happening. So is this system that we copy from America, is it actually working for Liberia, or is it about time that Liberia start looking at stealing bit of pieces of other people's good system to blend it into the system and the copy? It's just a thought. What say you?
But even if you bring other people's system, you copy the British people's system, you copy the Swedish people's system, you copy the Norwegian people's system, you say you carry back. So you take all the ingredients and you say you carry it back to go cook new soup. The people who in the kitchen who cooking the soup, if they are alcoholic, you're gonna eat part of salt. You understand? Why am I saying this thing? The people that brought the system from America in the first place, they were not structured before the 1980. It was not structured to benefit the indigenous people. It was structured in the sense that just to protect a small number of people. Then the 1980 came. The 1980 came, it brought the inclusion group from both sides. Now, the both sides, it was not functioning, even say up to 50%, even though some infrastructure was going on, but it was not functioning up to 50%. Now, had it been functioning up to 50%, you will find the army, for example, to have always in some countries, if the police, because the army always exclude themselves from politics, but if the police go to brutalize the citizen, most especially shooting on citizens, the army step in because they are the number one people to protect both external and domestic to protect Liberians. So if the police start to take on their own citizens, to kill their own citizens, the army will step in. I'm saying this, had they been structured good, you will find the army to have prevented the mess we are in today. So the whole system that they brought into the country from America, look at America's system itself. You think America a country with democracy? America is not a country of democracy. Okay? Yeah, it's a country that go around. I mean, I don't want to divert to another thing, but yeah, it's a country that go around and misbehave, and nobody can hold them accountable. Their own system cannot hold their president accountable that go to country and kill other innocent people. So the whole system we inherit from America, and until Liberia will cut the chain. The other day I listened to some people, I think, about the president. When certain things happen, Joseph Baka, America, 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 America. I'm like, if Joseph Baka doesn't go to America, he won't die. But the idea he need to do the right thing for his people. Joseph Baka can give a rat about America. Don't go to America. Okay? Yeah, this guy in Burkina Faso, I can't remember the report. Yeah, the guy in Burkina Faso for me, I like the party sentiment many. Because I think I was on Julius J show, and people start going after Omen Baka and say, oh yeah, America, that our best friend, America, that blah, 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 you understand? So I'm like, this guy in Burkina Faso, he are not going to America, I mean, since he took power, okay? But he's doing a good work for his people. So what the hell? Omen Baka doing a good work for Liberian people? What the heck, how to call it, he didn't compare to go to America?
And Mark, this is that's what I was drafting at. You talk to young men teaching African leaders. They all talk about him. Everyone talking about Tuareg. But when it comes to our own country, when we're doing bad things, we defend our people that we support. But the other
the one you support.
We support, we shield the bad behavior.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, we all guilty of this.
Well, communists come to power. Let's say communists come to power tomorrow. Then you say, oh yeah, you see nothing wrong with communists. That's nonsense. That's nonsense.
That's how we shield the bad behavior. Now,
and the country is never going to improve.
The reason why I asked this question that because America appoints all their top people, can we say, okay, no, we got the system, but let the police department, the justice department, because the police and the lawyers and all that, they kind of together, they work together. Why can't they have a committee set up that in case somebody tenure is over, then they pick the best to lead them, that the president has no interfering in them? Why can't we do it? But it must be because we pick it from America. We can't change something. We can change it.
This is where the international community, when they went to Liberia, because for me, I was strong opposing to the way the whole peace process went on in Liberia. Looking at all the people, looking back at what happened, most of the how they say people that we call so-called stakeholders, politicians, they were part of the conflict. Either they were on the government side or they were on the opposing side. And then too, you have these same people coming back to say, oh yeah, they want to be the player on the same playing field again. That was the mistake. And exactly what Paul, is saying, so Brother Paul, that's what the international community should have done. Make sure that the law enforcement, for example, the same way the American trained police, that this particular sector be an autonomous sector that the president got no veto over. The only people that can call people to question is the legislature. Call them to consultation, but the legislature, in fact, protect these people that the president cannot move these people from power. And then the only way this thing will how to call it say go down in the Liberian people in the soak in the blood if it continue for the next 15 years before you start talking about election. Okay, before you start talking about election, and then you downsize the political party. But the whole country is messed up, man. The whole country is messed up.
Yeah, but at some point, how the friends say, I just asking, instead of the president having the power appointing over 6,000 people that they work at the will of pleasure. What all of these things now, when people talk about decentralization, police department, because we see that police now it become a partisan thing. If the police have this structure, that they have the lawyers, the ex of former police director, former justice minister, they have a team. I'm just suggesting a team that a body put together. When a tenure of these guys finish, they go and do their search for the best of the police to lead them. Why that can happen in Liberia?
Why it cannot happen? I will speak of from two perspectives here. One is our body politics. Everybody in this country, in Liberia now, is linked to a political party. I mean, the professional aspect or the career path is being influenced by political party. The system is built like that. It hinges on your political ideology, your political affiliation. It's our mindset, that how we brought up. It's the psyche, it's the social, it's the psyche of the Liberian people. We are all politically, or equally hyper. We enough to the political cycle. In the UK, it's professionalism. The psyche in the UK is professionalism. It's strictly professionalism. It's strictly about your work. No politics involved. Although they go and vote, but if they are not partisan involved in the Labour Party affairs, they're not involved in what you call the other party, the Labour and
the Labour, the Conservative, and Labour Democrat. Yeah.
And the Conservatives. Yeah, Labour Democrat. So look, it will be very hard for Liberia. And first of all, secondly, is that look, the way we do things in Liberia is quite different from the way people do things. Our society cannot, let me be clear on that, cannot incorporate that system. It will not work. Maybe we need to change size.
Let me hold you right there. I want you to add more. I want you to add on it.
We need to change size. The people from the UK, I'll say our children, who do not have, who do not hear munya. For all the children now, the 15, 16, 17 year old, those are the future people. They are all munya people, or they're all you people, rescue people, or they're all ANC people. So these people are groomed, they are nurtured, they are conditioned to be partisan. Yes. And quickly, in the one where Paul, where Mark was talking about the UN when they were here in Liberia, trying to bring those systems, the police, the security, bro. It was not possible. The president had to bring his own people in trust. You can't go Dugaso Gonganu or say or something go Ma Eri. It came out the next day. So forget that part.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Francis,
Mm-hmm.
Honor Erling,
Mm-hmm.
there were institutions set up and they gave them 10 new positions for them to be independent. So, and they would carry on their function that we don't want to interfere with your job. I want you to go and perform. Until you do something bad, then we'll have a team of investigators that will make recommendations, then we'll remove you. If that can happen, why this cannot happen with
We read there.
yeah, go
It
on.
was happening because the government like were not paying no people. that that you myself were paying the European Union, were paying all the integrity institutions.
But friends, I hope you read that. That's what I was talking
No.
about. That it should have
Yeah,
continued
we
for
can't be paying our
X amount of years.
we'll be paying our taxpayer money to be support the point Liberia to have their own system. The only
But
reason
friends,
why
you
it's
can't leave the
happening.
country. You left the country with the same people that broke the system down. And then you bring the same people back with all rehabilitating them for X amount of years.
Paul, that the only reason why it happened, yeah, as when the people say we support the people for 5 years or 10 years, after the people say, 80 next time running behind John Model then, they start running all the institution pool. When the government start paying them now, because I pay you, you can't say that case, you say that case, I'll fire you. I can find a way to meet so that problem.
So that means you agree with Mark that everything is broken and we can't.
No, it's
there's
not
no
broken.
structure. Mark,
It's not broken. It's the
it's
structure.
not broken. The structure
you
is
know,
not. But
It's
so
just that, but people now fighting the political influence is so much. If you have a
Anyway.
president who would just say that's like the turning position. It's all wrong. You can't have people turning position. You sign. People sign. It's the contract. Because turning position are contractual. Agreement signed by the government or the employee or and the employer and employee. So when the government comes to power, after it wants it shouldn't it should that it shouldn't be done that way. That the reason why they pay a lot of people money because it was a contract.
Yeah, it was established. It was established so that the president doesn't abuse power to remove these people from their position, and that these people they will perform their job. They will perform independently without
I
the
agree.
president in how they call it influencing or how they call it infringing on their decision that they will make. They
I
operate
agree.
independently. Yeah.
I agree. No doubt. I agree. Without saying,
Anyway.
I'm telling you guys now.
And why the law
unfortunately,
couldn't protect that system for it to continue?
the law is there.
but
If the law is not
Mark,
there,
you heard what I said.
the people
We
are not
practice system.
go
We
to
supposed
court.
to have check and balance. The law is there. You got a three branch of government that's supposed to protect. So if one person step their foot, they say no. This time because that's why they sort of challenge each other.
And people went to court because
So you
to
said in
enforce
here
the
that-
law. But the people
see?
pay. People went to court. And winners are by them got paid. Or Talu for the central bank got
And
paid.
Francis says something that is very important. And the reason you find a lot of these young kids in the street running around with the Muya Muya or Unity Party or ANC stuff is because the country, they don't have anything to do. The people that are responsible that are supposed to make these children to be equipped for tomorrow leadership, even to be the private sector, the people, they are the one that are the number one problem in the country. So for that reason, you find the children there, other than they pay attention to politics. In Sweden, how many
They
Swedish
con-
people you see that
they
how many
put
Swedish people you see that
condition.
pay attention to politics?
The people
Okay? How many Swedish people you
condition.
see? Yeah.
Yeah, the children the condition to muya muya. You behave, seke seke, sakba sakba. Man, you
Yeah,
go to the
that's
man
the only
say,
way. That's the only way
man.
these how they call it, sophisticated criminal when went to school to that when went to school to mismanage our system. Because frankly, this thing it will continue for a long time.
Oh yeah,
If
yeah, yeah, agree.
So
if we all
let me ask you
bro,
one last question.
this is where I get problem. This is what I have problem with. Some of us that got a little bit intelligent better than some people back home, if we cannot come together, even though you and I, now we're in Europe here now, it is policy that we arguing about who has the best suggestion or the solution to solving problem, you'll be elected. It doesn't make our enemy. It make the institution stronger. And if we cannot educate the people back home, say, look, this thing is not about the party. No, it's about the country. Even though you're ruling, even though I have to bring you to power, but that doesn't mean to say you should abuse our constitution. If we start to behave like that, our country will move forward, bro.
Yeah, you see, Paul, before Paul coming, let me just say one thing quickly. You see these Western countries, these Western democracies, they are all copying the African way of doing things gradually.
Yeah, they are moving towards that.
Yeah, the way we do things, the way African leaders, you know, govern their people, they are practicing this small, small. You see the
Small,
legs of
small, yeah.
Macron. You see the guy that in the French president sitting, but what keep it in check? The people, the citizens.
Yeah.
And the citizens made it a threat. Because the citizens, they got opposition political parties and so and so. But in Sweden here now, it's hitting. They now call boss because of election in September. They caught the boss ticket.
Yeah, the bus ticket for 6
10%.
months.
Yeah.
And that 6 months, they already put the money somewhere, they still
Yeah.
taking it from you.
Yeah, after election, they say the price go up again. So that's an African kind of mentality. That's the kind of African. So, but the only thing, the people in the country are sophisticated. 99.9% of the people in the country are sophisticated. They can think. They know these
The
things.
people
are
already
not
know say
real.
that because of election,
Yeah.
the coalition are there, they're doing it.
And the
Because
people
of
that
election.
they got work to do, the other thing. But you go to thing that when I say rest election coming, Unity Party, let us say hypothetically, Unity Party say now 2029, they say rest are far that they win overwhelmingly. Everything that the best thing happened to them.
Yeah.
So the people
We're all
mindset,
calculating, say, oh yeah, they think that the farmer and the chicken trap here, so yeah. Before the chicken used to fly like a bird. But the
the people
farmer will
mindset.
start throwing greens around. The chicken say, oh, the farmer are good farmer to all. No need for all to fly. The winter coming.
The people
Yeah.
educated, sophisticated, bro.
That
Yeah,
brings me
Paul.
to the last question, and we can discuss it 2 minutes, 2 minutes each, and go. From
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you guys have said, because of the mind, the way people do things in Liberia, do you think, as we praise the young men in
Burkina Faso.
Mali and Burkina Faso, because the democracy that we practice, our people seems not to understand what democracy is. Because it's not only about buying the bag of rice, $5, and then you happy. But how does a democracy actually help them making decisions You see, why am I driving out here? The Labour Party just removed a prime minister and replaced that prime minister with another one without nobody voting for him. What's that? Because the parliamentary Labour Party, they had this, how they call it, May 10 election. And when they were on the field campaigning, the citizens were telling them, we don't like the prime minister because of the prime minister would not vote for you. So when it came back, they said, no, you got to step down. They forced him out. You see what? You see how democracy, how people have power, and the influence of people can change a government. So the guy they brought in, he was the city mayor of Manchester. For somebody to think that he did in Manchester, and he's the people person, and they think this racist party called Reform, they have
Farage.
the Farage party.
Yeah, Nigel Farage,
they were pushing the Donald Trump thing.
who made the Leo number one customer.
The Labour Party brought in this guy that is related. People see him as themselves, although his father was just a carpenter. Listen, get on there welcome.
And he served Tony Blair as a young secretary to. I follow the whole thing.
Yeah, his mother was a GP, the doctor secretary. But what he did, after he graduated from the primary school, they sent him to go to Oxford to join the elite. So he was somebody from the poor background mixed with the elite. So he understands that. So they brought him in now to stop the racist party that if you go that high level, this guy said he went to school with you. If you come to the poor side, he played football with them. So they balance it in a way that Farage now, the momentum you are getting, that momentum gone. So my question to you, since we're not practicing democracy in Liberia, we claim that we have democracy, which I know it does not work. They say about time that we just pick somebody, say, oh, the three branches of government, we don't need them. Just run the way you think we see logic in you, like what a young man is doing in Burkina Faso, that Saudi Arabia will say 1 billion, 300 more, say no, give all that money, they're training our people. Because this is leadership that he's showing. Why can't we have something like that in Liberia and forget about the democracy? That's my I don't know what you guys think, because we're not practicing it. It's a hard one.
For me, what I would have preferred, and that was after the war, and when the peacekeepers came, the multinational force is the three-man council. The three-man council, I will extend it to be four-man council to rule Liberia, or it remain the same three-man council to rule Liberia. And always decision will be made and presented to parliament before it be implemented. Then that will solve the problem of how they call this election stuff. But if we to get, for example, one person to rule the country, then it should not be based on party line. But would that person do the people work? For me, if even a political party was to be how they call it, a president was to be elected tomorrow and doing the good work of the people, I don't give a rat about election. Yeah, you can stay there for as long as you want to. When everybody is living good, then what's the need of going to election?
So that's what friends say I want to come in, and I'm trying to bring this thing out. Let's look at the Chinese model. They practice social democracy within their group. That one party system would have it in Liberia.
Yeah, they have election within the CPP.
In that group, they pick the best to run them. They can challenge each other within that group. You see, so if we're not practicing something that we're capping, why can't we have similar thing in Liberia? What are that one person ball? The country benefiting, they enjoying. Why can't we look at something like that too?
You dissolve all the institutions and then say from today on there is no political party in this country, but we're going to it's like the best from among us.
Francis,
And the
I
Liberian
will
people,
tell you.
everybody go
Wait,
to
wait a second.
convention.
Oh look,
Then
guys.
from schools, they start training these young people that will take over for the future. I don't know because it's not working for us. Francis, go on so we can close up.
Look, yes, guys. Governance around the world. That's we have the theocratic government like where Iran. You have the democracy where the United States and the rest of the world. Uh, and then you have communism and that other stuff. You know, yeah, but I would think in my mind that Africa needs its own system of governance
Thank you.
because the people, our mindset, we are. I'm just saying, even in the common sense, in the common man way, we are stubborn people. You see, the Chinese communism worked for them because they were they were the same people that the Africans. They they similar literally. They were very poor. They were illiterate. Then they started ask stupid. So the communism they brought communism to make them straight and make them to work and forget but all just abuse their minds from the Western stuff. So after a couple of years, 50 years or so, or some 5 years forward, you see what China is. The,
Mark, please mute.
Oh, sorry.
the Chinese, the Chinese, the Chinese people, they have their own way of thinking, different from the American people. North Korea, Russia, these are all democracies. They're not democracies. I won't call it democracies. You call it democracies because of the
That Western kind of democracy.
exactly,
Exactly.
but it's a form of they have their own form of governance. So for African people, we need our own form of governance that uh, our political scientists, our people need to figure out what best suit Africa. Because we are a lot of we are either semi-illiterate, based on the average of people in the country because there are more illiterate people. So if you take the ratio of illiterate and the literate people, on the average we say we semi-literate. So it's very difficult to really put. You either need a military system or something similar to that will keep the
Francis,
people in check, and so you have that governance that you can do what you want to do. Because most of the time, yeah, I'll call Paul. You come in more quickly. Let me just conclude. Because most of the time, we we Liberia particularly, as soon as you bring something up, they now watch Spanish CNN, they now watch Fox News. So all the politics in Liberia, the CDC, are the Fox people, the Unity Party, are the CNN people. So that the concept, so that our country going nowhere. Africa need a particular form of leadership, governance that will help develop our country. Otherwise, the Western democracy is not helping us at all because the people putting the money in, they won't force us to do what we want to do, how to live their
Exactly.
life.
Exactly.
So I don't know what we'll find that kind of
It's like the IMF and the World Bank.
yeah,
And
well, we
like,
don't know what
like
I don't know how we're gonna adapt that form of governance for our continent that will fit us, but we have years to work on that, and so that the people, that will easily uplift our people's lives,
you know,
and
and
it's gonna
this
end up
is where
getting
where where I just want to inject this thing. like when Francis talked about the Chinese they were educated and fast advanced civilization. But when the West went, the British and the American, the opioid epidemic in China that killed almost 150 million Chinese. Okay, it devastated the country. It set the country back. Like Professor Sheikh Anta Diop, I think the biggest university. I don't know if it's still up to now in Africa or in West Africa. Sheikh Anta Diop University, like he said, Africa we had our own system before that were benefiting or that had all the African countries advance. But when these people start coming with the military, how they call it, to do empowering military right after colonization, it destroyed Africa, it set Africa back. So the way Brother Francis saying, this democracy is just a distraction. Yeah, democracy, all the countries then that democracy in Africa. Which country you can name that democracy has improved then? No, not one.
Yeah, that will bring me to the conclusion that I'm always said maybe if we have not, if the people didn't put more behind the two-way party, maybe Liberia come and go because there was that one-party system, and because they did it so slow, it led to a lot of bad things. But under that one-party system, there was stability.
There were
There was,
prosperity.
yes, you see. So I think the one-party system because I live in Russia. I lived during the USSR. They think they call it Peter Bureau. It's a massive
Yeah,
organization,
the
and
Polish Bureau, yeah.
you cannot get at the top
Yeah.
without you because they start looking at you from the grassroots level. So that's how you come. You see this guy who ruling Russia today. Do you know he's a PhD holder?
Yeah, the man's
He's
a
a
lawyer.
he's a lawyer. He's an economist and he's a lawyer. But you
Yeah.
never hear him, they call him doctor. So I mean, and they come, you have to that ring. You have to go from the bottom until you get at the top. So I mean, and you find out they're doing better. No, let's look at Iran. Their country that been sanctioned for over 49 years.
I tell
See
you.
what they have done.
If
Although
we
they
go
get it,
into that
the
other
West
if we
has
go into
labored
that
them.
other topic again,
Yeah,
yeah.
see,
If we
yeah,
go
you see
into that
what?
topic,
So
if they get lift the
this is
sanction from
why
those people, you see how far they will go.
you see. That's what I'm saying. And we copy something that is not good for us. Why can't we do something else? We keep
That's
repeating
the
the same
chain
thing.
around your
So,
neck
gentlemen,
that drowning you is America. You have
yeah.
to break that chain. The chain that is around your neck that killing you.
And this is the
Because when
problem
America say
Liberia
jump,
have.
and when I hear Liberian to say, "Oh, America, our number one partner," you ain't no damn partner to America. America ain't consider you to be jack. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
nothing to
On that
America. They
note,
ain't consider you to be
Francis,
jack.
are you on tomorrow?
On vacation, man.
You on
I will
vacation?
start next week.
You
After
start next week.
yes, after
Yeah.
not next week, but after
Okay.
week after next,
After
I'll
the
be on
summer,
tomorrow.
after the summer break,
So
which pretty
yes,
soon it's going to be. So on that note, gentlemen, I think it was a good show tonight. Let's close the show. And Mark
yeah,
and
man.
Francis, I just want you to summarize on the discussion tonight regarding the drugs situation and also what kind of governance system we should be looking at now for the future of Liberia. 2 minutes each. Francis?
No, no, man. This is, look, in general, this discussion was good. It's good to have opposing views. The drug situation, the drug affects everybody in Liberia. It's not one person. It's every family, member. Every family has a member that's affected, with drug, or if not, you have a friend of a family friend, and when they reinforce, it falls on everybody's house. So I hope that the government can act expeditiously in bringing those responsible for the drugs. Uh, let the police, the John Security, or other security forces investigate without partiality, and and that we should get a security chance. We shouldn't have our own wish list. We shouldn't be speculating, you know. that will create unnecessary tension in the country. So these people are trained people, they are professional people. Yeah, that disabuse our minds from partisanship and let them do the work. Liberal form of governance, I don't know. We need scholars to. We need Liberians. We need some some form of a sitting that where we all meet. It will be difficult, but democracy, whatever it is, it just doesn't fit us. It keep us way behind. Yeah. So on that note, thank you guys. Well, beautiful show, and we look forward to seeing you guys not this week or by Tuesday. I'll be around after work, but not Friday. So yeah.
Well, on this note, I want to say thank you to my fellow panelists and to the audience watching us. And one thing I want to say to every Liberian is that we have to put the party sentiment aside, or the party, how they call it, affiliation aside, and it's about our country. And any party that come to power and abuse our constitution, abuse our law, if you're partisan, hold our government accountable. No party is above the government. That's all I want to say, and I'll continue to sing that song every day. I know it will soak into some people, but no party is above the country. The party elected, they serve the Liberian people. You're not serving one group of people. Like my brother just said, when the rain fall, it don't fall one man off. Now they drop in the account, they say, oh, Liberia. They didn't say Unity Party, they didn't say CDC, they said Liberia. So on that note, I want to say, thank you and good night.
Thank you all, and thanks our audience for being with us. And now we're back here by His grace on Sunday. We might be having a show with audience with the Lord Chilopit, and we're also back here on Tuesday and Friday. So today is Friday. I want to say thank God it's Friday, and I want to leave with on a good note. Go down waterside and celebrate with our young Liberians. So on that note, I want to say good night, everybody. Have a fantastic
Good night, Brother Paul.
I not see plenty things with my eyeball. I swear I feel passing more pressure. If you let cause me for not to judgment day, can't put so on my skin. I know when you in no fool is a big disgrace. My king just a heavy for my won't let him to you on the head too. So to my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what up. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what up. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what up. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what up. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what up. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what up. To my low, if you tired, put it down.